In today's video, my friends, we're looking at the ViewSonic Smart Portable LED Projector. This is the M series. It's called the M2e. Now, the first thing to say that this is a super stylish projector, and even in quite ambient light, it delivers a quite incredible picture. Let's take a closer look. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. For full disclosure, my friends, this product has been sent to me by ViewSonic for me to review. They've not asked me to say anything good or bad about it, and therefore I am going to call it as I see it. I'll point the good, the bad, and if there are any, the ugly. So I've definitely noticed over the years ViewSonic have improved their packaging, and they've put together a nice little package here. Not only do you get all of the leads, but you get this nice little case for the portable projector. After all, it is portable. Now the remote control, well, that's a standard remote control. It's nice to hold, but it does say that it is certified as being an antibacterial remote control. I think in this day and age you can never be too careful, so that is definitely a nice thing. And now the star of the show, the projector itself. Now, any of you that have ever seen a Mac Mini will know the feeling when you look at this projector, because it's definitely got that vibe about it. It feels incredibly good. It's got a nice weight to it, not too heavy that you can't carry it around with you, but definitely a solid product. It doesn't feel like some cheap knockoff from a distant land. This thing feels like it's been put together with precision. So at the time of making this review, this is a brand new product and the price was around £570 in the UK. I'll try and find all of the latest links for you and pop that in the description. Now, is that good value for money? Well, we'll test that and I'll come back to that at the end of the video. But certainly on first impressions, this thing does look worth every single penny of it because it is built to a very good quality. There's a really nice adjustable stand, and I like the fact that you can have it at multiple different angles. Some of these pull-out stands that you see on other projectors have got different settings, and this will literally go to any amount between 0 and obviously the maximum, and it's supported very well. It doesn't feel like it's going to drop at all, so again, a nice little bit of engineering. It does have that little autofocus camera on the front, and I'll come on to that when we turn the projector on, and on the back you've got all of your connections, and again there's plenty of them. There's the power, there's USB-A, micro SD card, USB-C, HDMI and audio out, as well as the instant on power button. So we've got a great looking projector, there is no doubt about that, but a projector is only as good as what it delivers. And now it's time to set this thing up and turn the thing on. Now I'm using the power supply provided, but you can also use a USB-C power bank. Now there is a small caveat to that. The power bank should be at least 45 watt, 15 volts or 3 amps and support power delivery. So you do need to have that type of power bank. Okay, I'm just going to show you the room in which I first turned this projector on, and as you can see, it is not dark but not particularly bright. It's during the day and the window blind is down. I'm going to show you it with the window blind up now, and in my opinion I just don't think that this is that suitable for a full daylight projector. It is watchable, don't get me wrong. If it was a child watching it and it was cartoons or Peppa Pig or something like that on there, I think that they'd still be quite happy. Okay, setting this thing up is very, very easy. Just follow the on-screen instructions and then you get presented with your home screen, which again is very intuitive and looks pretty good. This projector runs a form of Android software, which in general is pretty good. It does mean that you do have access to an app store, and so therefore you can install apps directly on the projector without the need for a third-party device. The App Center has Aptoide installed here, and here you can go and install other apps, which I find it's a little bit hit and miss. Some work great and have no issues with, others I just can't get working at all. If it was me and I was being honest, I would say that I would be using a Fire Stick plugged into this thing, or as I'm going to demonstrate to you in a moment, I'd be using an Apple TV box, something similar to that. Some of the headache which comes with a traditional projector is the setting up and getting a nice picture. This is pretty much taken away from you on this ViewSonic M2e because you've got automatic focus, automatic keystone and also 4-corner correction. And here you can go to different corners and drag them to make sure that they're filling the screen properly. Now I'm doing this on probably a screen which is slightly too big, it's 110 inches. Really you would want to keep it to around about 100 inches and then you'd get a perfect image. Any less than that, and I'll show you that in a second, you're probably just getting an even sharper image. You've got the option for autofocus or manual focus, but they're both electronic focus, so you don't have to worry with twisting any knobs to make sure everything is in place. So I mentioned 110 inches was just a little bit too big. The ideal size here is anything up to 100 inches. But if you was to go somewhere between 60 and 100 inches, then the screen gets even sharper. And as you can probably see here, as I'm pushing the projector towards the screen, the image is getting a little bit sharper. And that's now giving us a 65-inch screen. Okay, you can also use the zoom function on the actual projector itself, and here you can go from 0.8 to 1, and again it just makes the screen a little bit smaller. Now there is a huge benefit to having horizontal keystone correction as well as vertical. This means that you don't have to have the projector directly in line with the screen or the wall that you're projecting it against. You can have it offset at an angle and still get a very straight, perfectly good image. If you look at these two pictures that I'm showing you now, you can see that the projector is off slightly at an angle, but you're still getting a very straight image. And that's the benefit of horizontal keystone correction. Definitely something which is not common on a lot of projectors and is worth its weight in gold. If you wish, you can easily set this to cast from your phone, tablet, whether that be iOS or Android. All you need to do is go through the steps shown on the screen and it's very straightforward. Right, I've now plugged in my Apple TV. It's got a little bit later and that vibrancy of that picture is just pinging out. And I have to say it's mightily impressive. One thing I wanted to show you is the speaker because it's from Harman Kardon. So I hope that gives you an idea of the quality. It's quite surprising for such a little device. It does sound very good, and it's definitely loud enough for you to watch a movie or it to be outside and still hear the sound very clearly. This is another example of the imagery that it produces, and again for a 1080p full HD projector, I think it's doing a great job. So you may be thinking in some of the scenes that I've shown you so far that the colours are a little bit off, they're a little bit too blue, and that's exactly what I thought. But the great news is that you've got lots of different adjustments that you can make to the picture, and as I go through that process with this video at the moment, you can see that I can take it to a much more natural looking level. So whereas right at the very start the colours were vibrant and blue and almost too blue, it looked unrealistic, we can take down the warmth of the colour, we can change the green grain and lower that, so you've really got an awful lot of controls. And again, that's more controls that I would expect than I would expect on a projector of this type of price range, so that is definitely a good thing. So before I give my final thoughts and summary, there are people out there that just love the specs, and so I thought I would give them exactly what they want. So all you geeks out there, get your pencils ready. This projector has a native resolution of 1920 by 1080. That is the maximum that it will produce. That's otherwise known as 1080p. It's got a brightness light source with LED light of 1000 lumens, and that light source will last in normal mode for 30,000 hours. The noise of the projector when it's operational in normal mode is 26 decibels. It's actually slightly less at 24 decibels in eco mode, and it has a local storage capacity of 16 gigabytes. However, with what's already pre-installed, there's only 10 gigabytes free. The input lag of this projector is 66 milliseconds, so that's quite good, but it's not the fastest. So gamers, for competitive gaming, this might not be for you with that type of input lag. On the port side of things, you have one HDMI 1.4 port. We've already spoken about the USB Type-C, and it also has a USB Type-A, so you can plug like a hard drive into it and play from that. You've also got Bluetooth 4.2, and this will double up as a standalone Bluetooth speaker. You don't even need to have the actual light source on. There's a micro SD card slot which supports maximum 64 gigabytes, and again you can play things directly from that. And those Harman Kardon sound system are supported with two 3-watt speakers. Guys, if you need to know the price of this thing, as I mentioned right at the very beginning, I'll leave the latest links that I can find in the description. Depending on when you are watching this video will depend obviously on whether it's on offer or not, so be sure to check out those links. So in summary, my friends, I do think that this is a worthy contender if you're looking for this type of projector. These LED projectors, once you buy them, they last so long that you can literally just have them with you all the time. I really love the design, the build quality. It is first class. It is stunning to look at. It's quite exceptional. The only thing that I think lets it down is some of the software that's built into it. Some of it is fantastic with all of the keystone correction and everything that you can do with picture settings. I love that. But the App Store, I just think that's a little bit something and nothing. And if it was me, providing you're plugging a Fire Stick or something like an Apple TV into it, I think it is a worthy contender and one that you should consider. So my friends, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If it has been useful, then please do give us a little thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, then consider doing that as well. I really do look forward to seeing you on the next review from All Things Tech.